Have you been looking for a new, fun, and adventurous activity to share with your friends or family? Well, caving is a sport that's been growing in popularity here in the U.S., and it offers a physical challenge matched with stunning visuals and even a scientific learning experience. Here to introduce us to her passion is longtime caving enthusiast, Susan Kapler. Susan, welcome.
Thank you, Meredith.
So, tell me, what is caving exactly?
Caving is going underground to try a variety of different activities.
Really? So I'm going under the ground. See, this is a situation, it sounds really exciting, it sounds really interesting. I'm excited to have you here today, but at the same time, I'm a little bit reluctant. The under the ground with miles of earth on top of me is a little bit, I don't know, a little bit scary. Well, how would you describe it or compare it to something like mountain climbing or scuba diving, besides the obvious ocean, you know,
Well, I think scuba diving people are crazy.
Well, my friend Christine would not be very happy right now to hear that. Neither would Terry.
but caving is kind of like walking into another room. It just depends on how you're going to get there, whether you're going to climb into it, walk down the stairs, or crawl into it. You're eventually into a room that opens up similar to this.
Oh my. So if I'm going in there, what should I expect to see, or what are some of your favorite caving experiences in the country?
What do you expect to see and hope to see? And I think any recreational caver wants to go in and be able to see the formations that are underground, the things that the earth can develop without sunlight. And that would be stalagmites, stalactites, columns, calcite crystals, flowstone. Some of them are just absolutely phenomenal. And knowing that it takes about 100 years to develop a cubic inch of stone, you recognize that a lot of this development underground has been going on for just thousands of years. So it's just amazing.
That is so neat. So you're seeing something that very few people have gotten to see. And you're seeing things that have taken thousands of years to build up and to create. And this is a reaction between water, most of the time water and rock, that's creating the caves?
Water leaching the minerals out of the rock as it...
And leaving these
formations. They're beautiful.
So I know we're looking at some photos right now, and we're seeing you in the cave there.
That's to prove that I really did it.
To prove you really did it. And this is something you and your husband share together,
yes,
who we can see in this photo also.
Yes.
Oh, and his name?
Vincent.
Vincent. So you and Vincent. And how long have you been doing this, Susan?
38 years.
38 years. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Talk about having a bonding experience with someone.
That's right.
That is great. So when you're talking about, all right, let's just say that I decide, you've talked me into it, and I decide to go on a caving expedition. And we've heard the term splunking before.
Yes.
But splunking and caving are a little bit different. Splunking is more for, should I say, amateur cavers?
I would say so.
People who
yes.
haven't really experienced before. You are a caver extraordinaire,
I am.
however. So what kind of equipment would I need?
You definitely need a hard hat and three
you
sources
brought
of light.
yours.
I did a well-used hard hat.
Here we go. Okay.
And you need 3 sources of light because you do not want to be underground without some source of light. And in this case there you have 2 lights on my helmet and a battery pack in the back. I carry extra batteries with me as well as an additional source of light. It's so stunning.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
And
you.
a chin strap,
well
you need it with a chin
strap.
strap because you don't want that helmet coming off.
I think I lost a buckle in there, but yes, you don't want it coming off.
No.
And the helmet's important to protect your head, right?
To protect
because
your head.
This is a very dirty and potentially dangerous sport, but that's part of the adventure.
That's true. That's true. You can come up under a duck under and hit your head, and you really don't want to be in that situation. You need coveralls because it's going to be muddy, it's going to be dirty, and some sturdy shoes, gloves, and knee pads as you do some crawling.
So I get my helmet, I get my dirty clothes on, I get some knee pads, and I can just head on out, find a place, and tunnel into the ground.
No, I think I think you'd want to contact what we call the local club or grotto.
Okay, that's really important, isn't it? Because even if you've stumbled upon a cave or you know of the existence of a cave, it's important to go with those who have done it before. And this is a group sport.
It is a group sport. Individually, it's not safe to go underground alone. But grottos have a lot of experienced people, and they love to do it, and they love to show you how to do it. So
and you can find them online.
And cave.org, it's the National Speleological Society, and each state has an organization. There's 3 in New Jersey, at least 1 out of New York City called the Met Grotto, Allentown.
And all through the country.
All through the country.
So what are some of your favorite spots or some of the hot spots in the U.S. for caving?
Some of the best places would, of course, be in the Southwest, New Mexico, Arizona. There's Carlsbad Caverns that are down there. Yeah, and then you talk about Mammoth Cave in Kentucky, but also wild cave tours in Alabama, Georgia, Tennessee, some in Virginia, West Virginia. You go across the states, even Maine. You know, you might find a very small cave in Maine, but
and I understand there's always new ones being discovered.
Always. Cavers are always looking for the Virgin Passage. They're always looking for a cave that hasn't been discovered yet. Lechuguilla in New Mexico was one of those that all of a sudden it was a pit, and somebody said, well, there's air coming here. It opened up into one of the most glorious caves in the United States. So you just never know. That's what they're looking for.
That's amazing. So how did you get started? Because I know you were was it elementary school?
High school.
High school. You were a high school principal.
Yes.
You said you've been doing this for over 30 years. How did you get started caving?
Well, actually, I got started with my husband. And I figured if I might as well go with him if somebody else would.
Yeah.
So there I am.
Share it.
But one of the wonderful things you talked about being with the high school, I've taken high school kids caving, I've taken teachers caving. When you talk about a bonding experience, it challenges them physically, and it helps them emotionally and mentally. And it makes them trust me a whole heck of a lot more than they did before they went.
Yeah, and respect you. So if I'm thinking about that in terms of having my bringing my family and doing this as a trip, or even my girlfriends,
yes,
or with someone that I'm dating, or my husband,
yes,
what kind of physical requirements are there?
You know, it really is up to your trip leader, and you just need to be in good health. I've taken 60, 65-year-old women caving for the first time in caves where pits and climbing and crawling, and they've had a wonderful time. So,
and in terms of it being a dirty sport, it's got to be something that kids like. Normally, what age would you say is a good age to start?
Cub Scouts, I believe, even Cub Scouts have a badge, at least the Boy Scouts do, that is caving adventure. So young kids, as young as I've had my child in on my back.
Oh, that's so fabulous, Susan. Thank you so much. Now, I know that there is something called the three-point contact rule.
Yep.
That's one of the first rules that you learn in caving, and that is what?
That's that all parts of your body can be used to help you when you're in a cave, especially if you're doing some climbing. And that means that you want to make sure that at least 3 points of your body are in contact with the cave walls as you're doing any climbing in a cave, so that you don't slip. Safety conscience is very important.
And that's why it's important that it's a group sport too.
Yes.
So we're thinking about seeing stalagmites, seeing stalactites. We saw some of the pictures that you've taken. It's really exciting, but I know there was a final message about conservation that you wanted to leave us with.
Please keep in mind, take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints. That's what they say.
Take nothing but pictures, leave nothing but footprints. Yeah. Thank you so much, Susan.
You're very welcome.
You might have talked me into it. I don't know. You might have talked me into it. Anybody out there interested, want to come caving with me this weekend? Drop me an email. All right.